It's Sunday night. You're laying in bed, scrolling on your phone, trying to relax. And then it hits you. Your rent is due. Your credit card bill is coming. Your car needs something fixed. And you're doing that mental math thing where you're like, okay, if I move this payment here, and I delay this bill there, and nothing unexpected happens, and suddenly your chest feels tight. Look, nothing bad is happening right now, but your brain won't shut up. And the worst part? You're not broke. You're working. You're doing okay. But you don't feel okay. If that scenario felt a little too real, yeah, that's literally millions of people. My name is Dino, and I spend way too much time thinking about money, financial behavior, and why smart people still feel stressed about it. If you're making money but still feel anxious, stuck, or one emergency away from panic, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this flish. If you're someone who video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're talking about something almost nobody explains clearly. There is a very specific dollar amount, not millions, not six figures, that separates constant financial stress from actual mental peace. And for most people, that number is around $7,000. Here's the thing. Most people think financial peace comes from a higher salary, a promotion, a side hustle, or finally making it. But that's not how it works. In fact, there are people making $40,000 a year who sleep peacefully, and people making $120,000 who are constantly stressed. So what's the difference? It's not income. It's not intelligence. It's not discipline. It's a gap. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The stat that should scare you. Let me give you a stat that should honestly freak you out a little. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 63% of Americans say they would struggle to cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money. $400. At the same time, the average American household carries over $6,000 in credit card debt, with interest rates now hovering around 20 to 25%. So we've created a system where small emergencies feel catastrophic, stress becomes constant, and money anxiety never shuts off. This isn't a budgeting problem. This is a buffer problem. The $7,000 gap. Clear math with real numbers. Let's talk about the number. Why $7,000? Not because it's magical, not because everyone needs exactly that amount, but because when you break down real-life expenses, psychology, and probability, that's roughly the amount where something shifts. Let me show you. Most people's financial stress comes from three categories: unexpected expenses, short-term income disruption, psychological safety. Now let's put numbers to that. 1. Unexpected expenses. Real-life stuff. Car repair, $800 to $1,500. Medical bill, $500 to $2,000. Emergency travel, $600 to $1,200. These don't happen every month, but they do happen. If you don't have cash for them, you swipe a card, and every swipe adds future stress. 2. Income disruption. Most people are closer to job loss than they think. Even a 30 to 45-day gap in income can wreck someone mentally. Let's say your monthly expenses are rent, $1,400, utilities plus food plus gas, $1,200, minimum debt payments, $400. That's $3,000 a month just to exist. 2 months? That's $6,000. Now you see where this is going. 3. Psychological safety. This is the big one. Here's what most people don't realize. Money stress is not about numbers. It's about lack of margin. When you have $500 in savings, your brain is constantly running worst-case scenarios. When you have $7,000 sitting there, your brain relaxes. Not because you're rich, but because you're safe. This is where it gets really interesting. There's a concept in behavioral finance called cognitive load. Basically, your brain can only handle so much uncertainty before decision-making suffers. When you're financially stressed, you make worse decisions. You become more impulsive. You avoid planning. You seek short-term comfort. That's why money stress leads to overspending, bad debt, emotional purchases. Not because you're irresponsible, but because your brain is in survival mode. That $7,000 gap? It moves you out of survival mode. Now, relatable analogy. Think of it like oxygen. You don't think about oxygen when you have it, but remove it for 30 seconds and nothing else matters. Money works the same way. Financial peace isn't luxury, it's breathing room. Addressing objections. Now, you might be thinking, Dino, $7,000 feels impossible right now. I get it, seriously. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't intentionally build this buffer, you will accidentally pay way more than $7,000 in stress, interest, and lost opportunity over your lifetime. The question isn't, can I afford to save it? The question is, can I afford not to? Why most people never cross the gap. Here's why people get stuck below it. They focus on investing too early. They underestimate emergencies. They normalize stress. They mistake lifestyle upgrades for progress. A nicer car doesn't buy peace. A bigger apartment doesn't buy peace. Cash margin does. I once talked to someone making over $90,000 a year. On paper, successful. In reality, $1,200 car payment, $600 student loan, $400 credit cards. Savings? $900. Every minor problem felt massive. 2 years later, same income, but $8,000 saved. Same life, completely different mental state. Let's talk about what to do. Actionable steps, clear and practical. Not theory, not motivation. Steps. Step 1. Define your peace number. For most people, it's 2 months of expenses plus $1,000 buffer. Write the number down. Make it real. Step 2. Stop leaking money below the line. Look, you don't need to optimize everything. You just need to stop. High interest debt, subscription creep, lifestyle creep. Every dollar wasted below the buffer delays peace. Step 3. Automate towards safety. Not investing, not wealth. Safety. Even $50 to $100 per week compounds fast when it's consistent. Step 4. Don't touch it for wants. This money is not for vacations, upgrades, flexing. This money is for sleep. Building toward the big insight. Here's what most people don't realize. Once you cross this gap, you negotiate better. You take smarter risks. You think long-term. You stop panicking. This is where real wealth starts, not before. Look, financial peace isn't flashy, but it changes everything. You stop reacting. You start choosing. And that $7,000 gap? It's not about money. It's about control. If this video helped you understand your stress differently, hit subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with someone who's silently struggling. Because once you build the buffer, money stops controlling you. And that's when everything changes.